Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more BattleTech. Well, we are here with another contract. We're going to be picking up one more for the pirates. We're going to be going into a battle once more and a decent fight from the look of things. So let's go ahead and we're going to focus in on salvage again today. It is 3 skulls, but I think that there is some potential here for some decent salvage. So that is what we're going to focus in on today. Let's have a look. What do we desire? So Martian biome, let's see, does this say... No, it doesn't give us the exact amount, but I'm pretty sure it's about a 15% debuff to our heat sinks. I think we're going to keep our Cyclops and our Marauder, and for now, let's also keep the Archer since we're in the Martian. And you know what, since it is a battle, you know what, let's just stick with the lance that we've already got. There's no reason to change right now. I think this should work out perfectly fine. Let's, just dive on into the contract. Alright, so our objective is to go ahead and destroy local government forces. Commander, we've got a priority target for you. An elite local government lance has just been spotted by our orbital surveillance, out in the open and without any local support. What's more, they've got significant damage from a previous battle. This is an opportunity to severely weaken opposition forces on this planet, but we have no forces in range to make the strike. We need you to engage and to destroy this lance. Okay. Olivarius says, I don't like the idea of jumping into battle with this little preparation or intelligence, Commander. Be careful with this one. Well, that we will be, but I think this is a prime opportunity for some decent salvage. Alright, we're going in blind, Commander. No time to prepare terrain intel. Maya, can you see the target lance? Affirmative, Exo. I've got them in sight. They're right about here. Ooh, okay, and that looks like... what's that, a locust? Maybe a Jenna? Yeah, we'll be fine. Hit them hard and get out of there, Commander. I have a bad feeling about this one. Speaking of getting out of there, when you're ready for evac, Commander, I'll pick you up here. Alright, well...
All the terraforming in the world couldn't help this place.
Your entire lance must survive. That is... a very curious mission objective. But you know what? We're going to run with it. I think there could be, judging by the way they're talking, I'd almost feel like there is some potential for some assault mechs on this one. Alright, let's get the Cyclops up to the top of the hill and see if we can get any good vision. No sensors. Okay, we are actually by the map corner. Yeah, alright then. Well, let's be prepared. Let's get... I think we'll move as many... Yeah, as far as we can. And then the Marauder... Oh, wait a second.
I've got something.
We have contact. Okay, 55-ton mech. Alright then. Let's bring you up slightly further back. But again, if we at least have line of sight, our Annihilator should have range. And we should be able to blow a fairly sizable hole in the enemies. Alright, you know what? Let's go ahead and reserve a little bit further. None of them are within range at the moment. If they want to sprint, that's okay. I would rather move a little bit and see if we can cause a big amount of damage. So let's go one more. And yes, okay, they have a heavy mech. So actually they have 2. So what's this? 60, 55, 35 and 20. Alright, so far I think we can manage all of that. Let's bring... our Cyclops is the only one who could get some eyes on. That is a 35-ton mech. Let's bring... You know what? I'm tempted to sprint you over here right now. We might be able to get some good vision on these guys on the next turn. Take a pretty safe position. Let's see. That'll put us in the radiation field. That's not ideal. We technically can get eyes on... yeah, if we move all the way down here, but that's not as helpful. I think we're just going to go ahead and move up as far as possible. Yeah, we'll take a little bit of height advantage. It's not perfect, but it could be a whole stack worse.
Affirmative.
Alright, so no eyes on, but that's okay. The Annihilator we're not going to use just yet. Let's get the...
Orders?
I suppose we should probably get the Cyclops up. We could go ahead and get some eyes on the first 35-ton mech. Could we get even better position? Oh, you know what? We actually can. And you know what? That seems the best play possible. We'll get some good vision. We'll have solid evasion for next round. Yeah, alright. So that is a Jenner as we suspected. There's also a quick draw, as well as a Shadow Hawk and something else. But I'm guessing it's not going to be too bad for us. So, let's see. The Annihilator, we're not going to be able to get any position. Let's move to the top of the hill.
Full throttle.
And then...
Receiving you.
Well, you know what? The Archer doesn't really make much of a difference as to where we put you. So let's just go ahead and maintain some amount of evasiveness.
Coordinates received.
And then let's fire on the... let's go with the Jenner and the quick draw. Yeah, I think that'll do. We'll just go ahead and target you and you. Again, we do have the breaching shot, so none of these cover bonuses will count.
I copy.
If we're particularly lucky, we might... Yeah, there we go. We've already done severe damage to that Jenner. Okay, maybe we should have just focused in on that Jenner.
Target's taken a critical hit.
But that's okay. We'll be fine. Oh, you're not going to believe this, but there's another leopard inbound. I'm marking their destination. It's a good bet. It's more reinforcements. This just keeps getting better and better, doesn't it? Alright, well that's fine. We are prepared for this. We're in a decent spot. One shot at our Marauders. Not going to do too much. Let's see about...
Commander.
What do we want? Do we want to move up and prepare for the incoming? I feel like that would be wise, and we could even take out the Shadow Hawk. Yeah, I think that's fair. Let's go ahead and move on up. Let's see what we can do here. Go for the headshot.
Roger.
Oh, that is enough to full lethal damage. Alright.
That one's gone.
I was kind of unsure there for a second. Alright, Little Locust moving on in. That is going to be inconsequential as far as mechs are concerned. But again, we'll still make sure that we clear that so they don't have any extra scouting. Yeah, machine guns, lasers, look at that. Only 55 points and we can core that thing.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, let's bring... You know, let's bring the Archer up. We could fire the two small lasers over here. Maybe then send LRMs to... the Jenner, just for good measure. Yeah, you know what? I think that's a fair way to play it.
Copy that.
Yeah, let's go multi-targets. So, there we go. Go ahead and target you. This should be enough to destroy the Locust. Oh, well. Actually, maybe not enough to kill it, but certainly enough to cause some trouble. 100 points of damage. Maybe we do actually send a... Ooh, that 30% is not good enough. Okay, well, you know what? It is what it is.
Firing on multiple enemies.
Again, very close for LRMs. Alright, but that will have to suffice. Alright, the quick draw moving on up. Who are you targeting? The Cyclops? Oh, stray shots onto the Annihilator. Alright, then. That is not quite what I was expecting, but we can make it work. Let's bring... Oh, you know what we could do? We could possibly go for another precision shot here and take out the quick draw. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. That way we can move up towards where we need to be on the next round. In fact, I'm even going to go ahead and take the rough terrain. Yeah, we'll take the penalty there. That'll be fine. The precision shot, this should be nice and clean. 17%. It's not the worst odds of us getting a single head shot.
All weapons committed.
There we go. And that
Enemy
is
mech destroyed.
one big tough fellow
Wait your command.
gone. Alright, so we have the Cyclops left. I suppose... Well, at this point we just fire off the medium lasers and let that be. Yeah, I suppose so. What's that? That'll be 100 points of damage. This thing has not a huge amount left. Probably take out the arm. You know what? It actually may not be enough for the kill, but that is okay, I suppose. Yeah. Alright, let's just go ahead and we'll leave that be. Alright, a few misses, but we did take out the left torso.
Ooh, that hit something good.
Yeah, alright. I was kind of hoping we might take out a leg or just hit that center, but yeah, oh well. It is what it is. Alright, Mercenary Commander, you've just made a serious mistake from the local government representative. That's ominous. Okay, stow it, my Commander. Looks like a reinforcement lands. We're not getting paid to fight the reinforcements, so engage at your discretion. Okay, well, we're not getting paid. I say we clean up the primaries and get out of here. I'll be on station. Okay, well, there's 4 of them. We'll see what the little locust can do. Oh, he's a bit of a rude fellow there, but we can survive. How much damage did he do? Yeah, not that much. Okay, you know what? That's all good. Oh, and while we're here, what is this? The Martian biome. Units in a partial vacuum sink only 75% of their normal heat. Okay, so it's not a 15% malus, but 25. Noted. Alright, so let's see. The locust, we don't need much damage here.
Yes, Commander.
We'll let him be. We could move up. There's a 60-ton. And you know what? I think we go ahead and we take that out nice and swiftly. Let's move over the... Oh, actually, you know what? We can take cover. That is probably the way that we do this. We'll go... We'll move as far down as possible. We'll get as much evasion. We'll try and not block any direct lines of fire. And then we will go ahead and... I think the quick draw might actually be our primary target here. Yeah, let's go for the quick draw. Alright, let's see if we can get this kill. In fact, you know what? We might even drop off a... oh, wait, these guys are not so rough. Ooh. Yeah, you know what? We'll turn off the 2 medium lasers. We're going to try and hedge our bets. No, we'll turn off one of them. That'll be fine.
Engaging target.
Okay, or apparently we could just let the AC-20 do its work. Alright then.
Target eliminated.
Well, that's that. Here comes the trebuchet, trying to take some cover.
Good to go.
Our archer... Hang on a second, let's have a look at the locust. What side is busted up? The left torso. Okay, that is a... Alright, let's go ahead and we'll swing this direction. We can shoot that with our small lasers. We'll take the kill. We can still redirect our LRMs. We'll go... The Phoenix Hawk could be a bit annoying. The Assassin could also be a bit annoying too. I think we'll go... look, we can probably deal with whatever we want. Let's go with the... Actually, you know, we might even be able to kill the Assassin outright. Yeah, let's fire on the Assassin and we'll see if we can remove that from the field of play. Yeah, prevent any damage at all. Let's go ahead and target that locust.
Engaging multiple targets.
If we're lucky, we might be able to be done with this thing before it starts. We did take out the arm. And we missed with one of our small lasers, which is very irritating at a 95% shot. Okay, well... Looks like they're playing defensively. Oh, and we tagged the leg. Alright, well... I think then if that's the case, let's move our Annihilator up. I think we'll target the... No, we'll target something up here. We'll use the... We'll use our, what do we call it? Cyclops to deal with the locust that's left. Alright, so what have we got here? We've got... potential for 95s, 90s and 95s. Or all 95s yet again. Alright, well... Let's aim for the Phoenix Hawk. Yeah, I think that's how we do it. 18%, almost 1 in 5. We have 4 weapons. There's a solid chance we can get this. And they have, what's this? 56 points of structure. Even with all that damage reduction, it will not be enough for our autocannons. Alright, well, it looks like we just did a bit of damage.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Alright, so then,
Orders?
let's go ahead and let's get this Cyclops to do its thing. Let's back up as far as we can. We'll go... Oh, actually, we can't quite make this work. I want the Assassin if possible. Yeah, we're going to need to move... we might need to have... Yeah, I think what we're going to end up doing is doing a bit of indirect fire. Not quite the way that I wanted to make this happen, but it is how it will have to be.
I'm going.
Alright, so what have you got? You've got about 30. We need 50. Let's see, that'll be enough. Let's add on one more for good measure. So we'll send one LRM-5 over to the Assassin. We'll go with the multi-target there. The rest can go over... never mind. Alright, well, you know what? That should be sufficient. Let's just go ahead and get rid of some of these.
Firing on multiple enemies.
Alright.
All primary targets have been destroyed.
And I guess even though it's an LRM-5, we do not have to worry about things in... Oh, got a new contact. Weapon class. Local government markings. Could be making a pickup? Better assume it's inbound reinforcements. Heads up, you may have some company. Oh, wow. Okay. Primary targets are down, Commander. Get out of there before you're completely overrun. I'm heading in fast and low. The LZ's hot, so don't keep me waiting. Alright, well, there's additional enemy forces and more.
Receiving.
Let's be swift with this. The Assassin might get to our back, so let's not be too hasty on the movement. Let's travel... That trebuchet might be our best target. Alright, let's move up over here.
Copy that.
And depending if we get any more reinforcements after this, we might really need to bug out of here. I don't know if there's such missions that have unlimited fire. So what have we got? 85s, 20s, the trebuchet, Phoenix Hawk. You know, this thing should... it's going to be a bit of a pain because it's going to have enough heat sinking, I'm pretty sure, to be able to just continue on firing that medium laser and small laser and maybe even use those jump jets. But that trebuchet, that thing's got twin LRM-15s. The Assassin's not so dangerous. I think we have to go ahead and take out the trebuchet. Let's sacrifice... let's see, that's 61 points. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go ahead and drop off maybe 2 lasers here. I want to keep a little bit of extra heat if we're going to try and get out of here. But you know what? I do need that kill. Let's make sure... I guess we're going to go ahead and fire one more. We're going to toe the line with our heat threshold here. We've also got limited ammo as well, so let's keep that in mind.
Taking the shot.
And... hit, but not a kill. Alright, I guess that thing had 60% damage reduction. Yeah, alright, let's see what the Assassin does. Not much. That's good. Let's just take careful note. What did we get? No... Oh, wow. We only did 7 points of damage. No, 10 points of damage. Yeah, that must have meant only one of our lasers hit. That is not ideal. Alright, we're going to have to go ahead and start moving. I think we'll go... let's move over here. We'll go ahead and take a shot at the Assassin. Maybe a shot at the trebuchet. See if we can breach that right torso and take out one of its LRMs.
Roger.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to navigate this just right. So let's go multi-target. Let's get rid of the Assassin before it does too much again. Oh, we are hitting it head-on, so it's got a solid chance of getting center. And then, yeah, let's make sure that we try and remove you.
Multiple targets confirmed.
Again, the main trick is that we do not get caught on the flank. That could be very, very bad. Alright, what are we seeing? Phoenix Hawk moving up. Yeah, nominal damage. I guess it doesn't have the movement to catch up.
I'm showing minor damage.
Alright, and then what have we got left? The trebuchet. Oh, we might be able to take out a leg. Let's move... hang on a second. The assassin, we could send a shot over here. The Phoenix Hawk, we could maybe send another 2. It would guarantee that we're going to get fired at. But all things considered, we've got some pretty good damage reduction and we're in good health. Maybe we do just eliminate some of the enemies from the field and clear up with the next one. That might actually be the play here. Yeah, minimizing what's on the field, maximizing our effectiveness against this next lance. I think this is what we do. So let's move... Let's see, as far as we can get. That way we can at least be in a good position to deal with these guys. Let's go ahead and target... Let's see... So 1 hit to the left torso or center will kill. This guy needs a couple. Alright, you know what? I think I'm going to give this a chance. We'll send you against B. And that should hopefully be about enough. Yeah, here we go.
Engaging multiple targets.
Ah, we hit the right arm. Alright, well that's a little bit irritating. We did at least knock over the Phoenix Hawk.
Enemy mech. Critical damage
No.
detected.
Okay, well you know what? That's my bad. My ingenious plan was not so genius.
I'm receiving you.
Alright, we're going to have to go ahead and deal with this as soon as we can. Let's focus all on in more or less. Let's move on up. We're going to fire everything we've got. You need, let's see. Well, you just need a couple of missiles and you'll fall over. We're not going to get the kill, but that's alright. We'll go ahead and multi-target. You definitely get hit by an LRM 5 or 2. In fact... Hang on a second, let's just see. The Trebuchet's got no... Yeah, we'll be fine. Alright. I was just checking that they had no evasive pips, otherwise we might send a weapon their direction. The Assassin I do want killed, but I think we should be okay with, say, what? 2 of these, 2 of those. Let's... Yeah, I think about a 50-50 split should be safe. Because that Assassin is not well off. And we could easily clear out a leg, we could hit the center torso, the left torso. Yeah, I think this is fine.
Acknowledge.
Or maybe not. Okay, well, that's really, really bad. At least we did get the knockdown, which we knew we would get with those LRMs. It's not perfect, but it will buy us a little bit of time to deal with enemy forces. Alright, let's see what gets landed. Alright, another local government lands on the field, Commander. It's getting awfully crowded out there. Alright, so that looks like a grasshopper. That could be, what, an enforcer? We have a locust, and I'm going to go with a Vulcan. Alright, I think we pissed them off, folks. Yeah, agreed. Commander, those new contacts are optional, and there's no bonus for taking them out. This situation is falling apart. I recommend you finish up and get to the LZ as quickly as possible. Alright, well there's no signs of an extra reinforcement lance, which is
Yep.
good, I suppose. Let's use our Marauder. We're going to have the initiative advantage, so I think that assassin will get taken out. Let's move over into cover. We'll focus in on the trebuchet. Oh yeah, and then that kind of leaves us in a really good spot, so we'll take it.
Confirmed.
Let's go ahead and we'll see what we can do here. We're not going to go for the leg, we're going for the headshot. We'll turn off as many weapons as is necessary. Extra critical. This has accuracy, so it's not going to change too much. Yeah, I guess we go ahead and we'll drop the one without the critical. Yeah, that'll have to be good enough. We've only got 3 weapons. Come on. LRM 15 critical. Well, Not perfect, but it'll have to do. What have we got? Okay, that's their light mech moving on up. Let's bring our archer across. We are getting rather toasty. We're only going to be able to fire a single salvo, aren't we? That's quite annoying. Okay. Well, let's move.
Got it.
Oh dear, what did I walk over? Missile resuite. What has happened here? Overheating. Well, we haven't taken the damage yet because, again, we do have the option of firing or not. Let's go for the assassin. We'll turn off one of these. Oh no, we still don't have the heat. Okay, that is a problem. Let's go ahead and sensor lock instead. We'll go with the trebuchet because that's the only one that has not got any penalties to firing. That is a problem.
Sensors locked on.
Alright, and we'll have to see what comes our way. Alright, let's get this annihilator up here. Let's go. I think we do a 50-50 split. Actually, you know what? No, that's not even necessary. Oh, wow, 5 health. 3 against 1, 1 on the other. I think that's the way that we play this. It's the only way we can maximize the... Yeah, I think that's the best way we can maximize things. So the assassin, let's see. Any hit here will kill. Any hit here or here. The leg. Actually, you know what? That might... It'll... Yeah, actually, any of these will do it. Because 72 damage, that'd either break both legs or anything else. So it just has to land. As for the Phoenix Hawk, we have a lot of damage. Yeah, I suppose it's worth it. Let's go.
Engaging multiple targets.
Alright, well that's fine. There we go, that's sorted.
Enemy mech destroyed.
No one's going to be getting behind our Marauder, which is the key. The Phoenix Hawk getting up shouldn't be able to do too much damage. It's only got a small laser. Oh, we are in cover. Very good. I wasn't 100% sure if Rannick was safe or not.
I'm your spaniel.
Alright, let's get this Cyclops up and running. Let's go. Let's move across.
I'm your spaniel.
We're going to vent our coolant because we are not saving any amount of damage. We are maximizing what we can do. We need... what? Oh, that's a lot of damage. So what's that? That's a good 100 points. 150... I don't think we can do that by ourselves. Oh, I guess technically we could, but it's highly unlikely. This trebuchet, we could possibly clip a leg. Alright, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and fire... You know what? The Phoenix Hawk's not an issue. Let's just focus in on the trebuchet. If we can take it out, that's the main thing. We do not have much room in the way to play. You know what? Let's drop off maybe a medium laser so we're at least heat neutral. I think that's the best way to do this. Let's go.
Got it, Commander.
I was really hoping to take out one of those torsos, but I guess not. Alright, good news is we're well within minimum range, so those LRMs are fairly abysmal. Those mechs are still trying to get range on us. Looks like they've only got direct line of fire, so this crest in the terrain is perfect for us. You know what? I'm actually tempted to melee here. Just do some damage free and clear. We need 95 points. We can't quite... Actually, you know what? We're not going to get it. And unless we hit him in the back, we don't get what we need. So I suppose... Yeah, I guess we just continue to roll the dice and spend the ammo. It's a little bit ugly, but we do not have much in the way of options. Yeah, and we'll spin this way just so we can't get shot in the back by the Phoenix Hawk's movement. Alright. It is what it is. We are going to eventually take this thing down. It's inevitable. Can we go with an extra weapon? We can. I think it's worth it for now.
Firing on target.
And hip hip hooray, we finally took down that trebuchet.
I hope we can salvage that.
Okay, so let's see. That's one less problem and a major one to deal with. Let's get this archer up over here. I think we'll go... Yeah, look, it's about 100 points of damage. We can take out the vectored thrust kit, maybe the other one. 2 wounds would be enough. We could also maybe take out a leg. This would be pretty devastating if we could make this work. You know what then? If that is the case, how about we move over here so we have direct line of sight. That'll work nicely. We can continue to face the enemy fairly safely. And we'll minimize our heat expenditure on movement.
Position
Yeah,
confirmed.
alright, so we'll do that. We'll send a single LRM. We're still cooling down a little bit, but this should cause this thing a lot of trouble.
On it.
Alright, so there goes the torso. That's what I was hoping. Looks like our
Reporting critical hit.
clustering was pretty together, so unfortunately not able to take out that leg. Alright, as for the other mechs, ooh, they're
got a
now
sensor lock on
sensor
me.
locking. Okay. Interesting choice. Here comes the Vulcan firing an autocannon. Well, let's see what we can do. Let's see. How is that looking? That flamer could be quite painful. You can also see a mech back there. Let's see. We know Renek's got 4 initiative. We could go ahead and maybe take that Vulcan out early. We could also see that 70-ton mech this turn. Yeah, look, you know what? Maybe we go for an early kill, see if we can get it. We've got enough resolve, so it's not the biggest waste. The Cyclops possibly could take care of this thing by itself, so I think we're going to leave that there. Yeah, let's move on forwards and see what we can do. Alright, and it is a grasshopper. Okay, so that is somewhat expected. Let's go ahead and fire those autocannons. 18%. We just need one of them to hit the head.
All weapons committed.
Alright, and there goes our
Enemy
biggest
mech
trouble.
Destroyed.
Ooh, boy. Alright, well, that is
Standing by.
fantastic news. Let's go ahead and, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get... Oh no, we can get eyes on. Fantastic. The LRMs should be more than enough. 50, all that. Yeah, we'll prepare with this. I would say... Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe we don't play around here. Let's just go ahead and take this thing down. I'm sick and tired of this thing existing. Let's go ahead and deal with that.
On my way.
There we go. Alright, this is a little too much, but that's okay. We'll turn off the medium lasers until we have the heat. All the LRMs, I'm wasting no... yeah, I'm wasting no chance here. We're making sure this thing goes down.
Engaging target.
And it finally dies. Thank goodness.
Mech destroyed.
Alright, well, so far so good. Let's see... Oh, these guys actually do have LRMs. That is surprising. I guess they were just trying to figure out a way to move forward. So, let's see. 20-ton mech. This as well.
Ready for orders.
Alright, Ranik, can you get... Oh, you're not going to be able to get shots off. This is highly inconvenient with that Vulcan there. I guess we have to reserve. That's not the worst. At least that means if he does fire off his flamer, we still have enough time to deal with things or minimize our shooting solutions
Commander.
to prevent too much trouble. Alright, what do we got? Well, we could fire one. We could fire two. Do we just go for it? We could get this technically. I don't like our chances, but we could do it. The flea's also not a terrible shot, but again, that thing's just an irritation. Let's just fire.
Locked on target.
Alright, well there's an injury. There goes some of his
Critical hit,
weapons.
Commander.
I don't know if that's his flamer, but we're about to find out. Alright, well it looks like he's got a laser. And I think that's about it, otherwise it would have fired more, hey? Yes, okay, fantastic news. We took out its flamer and the AC2. Crisis averted. Let's roll. Alright, let's bring... Oh, you know what, that flea, that thing has very minimal health. Let's go ahead and shuffle on up.
On it.
I don't know if we actually have a flea in storage, so maybe we go ahead and re-precision strike there. Overheating alert, sure, we'll turn off a laser, that'll be fine. 1, 2, 3 shots. Why not? Why not? Let's see what we can do. Oh, actually, you know what we could do? We could actually use some vigilance here. Yeah, you know what? We're going to use some vigilance first, just to make sure that we have the possibility to take another round of fire against this thing before next turn, if it survives.
Target confirmed.
Alright, well there goes its left arm and torso.
Nice. Got past his armor.
It's still standing, but we could technically take it. The Annihilator, let's go... You know what, I think we just take out the Vulcan.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm not really too concerned. Yeah, alright, you know, let's go ahead and we'll send... Oh wait, we're not actually in the right spot here. There we go.
Rolling.
We'll fire an LRM at either one just to make sure that they do not have any ability to stand. The Vulcan is probably what we should be aiming at, so you know, we'll drop off this one here. There we go.
Engaging. Multiple targets.
Alright, so there's less evasion there, and the Vulcan is slightly hurt. Alright, let's bring this Annihilator up. Let's go and see what we can do. I think we just take this thing out. I am tempted, but again, you know what? The odds of destroying it are so astronomically high. You know what? Let's go for a precision shot on the Vulcan. You never know. Maybe we'll get lucky.
All weapons committed.
Well, center torso, right leg, lethal damage. Yeah, that thing is not one for... Oh, standing. And I did not realize that there was an extra mech back there. Okay, well, I completely forgot about those LRMs. A 90-ton mech with that amount of LRMs? I am curious. Alright, you know what? That flea is practically cooked. Although it does have... you know what? Alright, you know what? Let's just move on up. Yeah, let's just move on up. We'll take care of the flea. We're not going to salvage it like I would love to. We're going to drop off that AC-20. I want to have whatever is left back there. Only one of these needs to hit the center torso. You know what? The right torso is probably just as painful. Let's go. We'll add you back on. And you know what? We'll go for a precision shot. There we go. 35%. No, I think we just take this thing down. I'm not really willing to risk it. And if we can get ourselves some assault salvage, it's definitely worth it to me. Alright, let's go ahead and reserve. We'll make this thing sprint on towards us. Make sure that it has to do the legwork for us. Let's get the Annihilator to... Oh. There, that'll do. And it's a Cyclops 10Q. Okay, so no initiative bonuses, but still a solid mech. What's he got for weapons? 2 LRM-10s, some medium lasers into SRMs. Alright, well, I guess we have to drop off an AC-10 for our heat. We are going for the cold shot to the head. Let's see how we go.
Engaging target.
We did get an injury, but 40% damage reduction will keep him in the fight for now. Yeah, only 17 points of structural left. You know, let's just move on up. And I think we brace.
I'm walking here.
Yeah, we're going to cool down if we can. And
What's
then,
up, boss?
you know, the same thing for our archer. I see no reason not to.
Aye, aye.
Yeah, we're fairly safe right now. We have a little bit of room to play. We may as well get as many bonuses as possible.
Waiting for orders.
Let's get Rannick to... yeah, to a good skull-crushing angle.
Move into position.
Alright, let's get that AC-20 back online. Precision shot, here we go, to the head. Oh, and, you know what, we don't... Let's see, hang on a second. 40% damage reduction. How much has he got? So, 40%. That's what, 2/5? 1/5 would be 5, that'd be 10. That leaves us with 15 points of damage for each shot. He has 17 points. Is it worth for quantity over... yeah, we'd have to turn off 2 of these. But we'd need an extra hit, whereas if the AC-20 lands, we don't need any extra chances. You know what? We run with the AC-20, we'll drop off the 2 medium lasers. We've got a good possibility here.
Locked on target.
Alright, and you know what? That looks like we did it. Multiple lasers.
Spec destroyed.
Okay, well, Commander, the area has been cleared. Darius has given me the green light to land immediately. Hold position.
Mission successful.
Wow. Okay, so, you know what? I was a little bit unsure then in that mission then, whether we were going to have more reinforcements, whether we were going to get overwhelmed, or whether it was actually going to be worth getting on out of there. But it looks like we are in the clear. No wonder there was so much salvage. Alright, so everybody survived. No injuries were taken. I would say that that is a particularly good mission for us. We're definitely taking the the Cyclops. We do not have one of these in storage, and they are obviously quite expensive. Let's see, what else? Oh, we do need a part of a quick draw, so we'll take that too. And then before we start looking at the rest, let's see if there's any weapons that are very, I don't know, eye-catching. Not so much. Not much in the way of equipment either. That is very, yeah, not very useful. Alright, so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and have a bit of a look at my mech list once more, and I'm going to figure out what piece of salvage we want for our final choice. Okay, so having a look at our collection, it appears we do not have a fully at all, so that is going to be our final one. Always working towards our full set of mechs for those extra career points. So let's see what we get randomly assigned. Well, we got more of an assassin. We have 2/3 of a grasshopper. That is very nice. Another part of a locust. Almost, enough to finish another quick draw. Okay, some nice LRMs. You know what? I am very, very glad we went for as much salvage as we did. We were paid quite handsomely. I am, yeah, pleasantly surprised at just how much they gave us for the mechs. I'm very, very happy, but I guess that is the benefit of sticking in the fight for as long as we did. Also, not taking a huge amount of damage early on really allowed us to stay in that fight and milk the contract for as much as it was worth. Although I am very, very grateful that we did not get a good 20 heat sinks as those extra picks. That would have been quite disappointing. But alas and alack, that is not our situation. Alright, so there goes one quick draw. There goes the Cyclops. We've got another...
cleared
Yeah,
for
we
fighting.
have so much to be able to put into storage. That is very, very nice, and I think we're going to turn a very healthy profit when we sell off some of these mechs, which is going to be great because we have a lot to purchase in the store. But for now, I think that's where we're going to call things for today. That was a pretty decent length mission. Obviously, we could have cut that a little bit shorter, but I think that was definitely the profitable choice. So if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning in to the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan signing out.